Jedrick, what's up, man?
Hey,
Sure.
Jedrick Wills, nice to meet you.
I'm Bill. Andrew, yeah.
Mr. Barry, how you
Well,
doing?
you can call me Andrew.
How's it going? Yeah.
Joe P says hello. Joe Panazia says
How you
hello.
doing? Sean here.
Yeah,
Nice to meet you. You sit right here.
Yeah. Okay, let's start, huh?
We spent a lot of time with Jedrick at the Combine, really drilling on, what we would call football acumen, football intelligence. So spent a lot of time with Bill Callahan, talking through what they did at Alabama, talking through what he was familiar with, protections, run game, and he really passed those tests in flying colors. He certainly was one of the stronger guys in that regard that we met with.
If you're the left guard and the left tackle,
But
explain to me what they're doing there.
okay, so right here is the odd front, so they'd have a sort.
Okay.
And they have outside in, most dangerous man. So right here, the left tackle will be blocking the end outside of the tight end. The left guard's manned up on the 3 technique. Or
If they're
4
in
eye.
DM, why are they outside in? Should they be inside out?
Inside out was only for like a 5-minute protection, meaning that they would pick up the blasters that were
Really
really
good.
blitzing on the inside.
Great.
He has all the attributes and traits that you're looking for in an offensive lineman. He impressed me with that answer, knowing what the issue, what the problem, what the correction was. That was big time. So it just indicated to me that he has a broader spectrum of knowledge about the game. He knows the game inside out, and to have him verbalize an issue, a problematic issue versus a pressure situation, I think that spoke volumes.
Jedrick, do you like to be called Jed or Jedrick, or how do you like people to address you? Senior
Yeah,
Bills.
no preference. I get both, so no
Jed
matter
is
either
cool.
one. Yeah,
All right,
Jed's
I'll
short and
probably just
simple.
call you Jed if that's okay.
I think we all know Joe's greatness and what he brings and what he can lend, to Jedrick, the experience of coming in as a rookie, playing that position, all the pressure that comes with it, and then all the technique and all the nuances that you've got to learn.
I was really super pumped. As you know, when the Browns drafted you, I thought you were the best offensive lineman in this draft by a large margin. And I cannot wait to work with you in person at a Browns practice. But in the meantime, until the quarantine is lifted, let's watch a little Zoom video here and watch some film from college and see if we can talk about what you've done well in college and where there are some things that you can improve.
Right here is what we call jack protection. It's a 6-man protection. So right here, we have an ET. I set a little bit too far, overset, didn't keep having a relationship, and we kind of got mixed up here on the ET.
When I watched this play, I thought it would be a good play to talk about because even though your man doesn't get a hit on the quarterback, you definitely allow some penetration into the B gap, which is the space between the guard and the tackle, and it potentially affects Tua's throw here. And one thing I think you could do a little bit better job of is just keeping your shoulders more parallel or square, we say, to the line of scrimmage. You see right about contact, you get a little bit wide with your eye placement. Your eyes, it looks like, are looking either down the middle of his chest or even maybe to the outside number. When you're in man protection, you have to be a little bit tighter with your landmark of your eyes and your hands, knowing that if he makes an inside move, you're responsible for him until your guard passes it off with you. So you get out of your stance really well. This is one of the things that made me excited about you. You could see how you explode off the line of scrimmage at the snap of the football. You're very quick to get back, which is the number one thing that an offensive tackle needs to be able to do, because getting yourself in a good position for contact, in a balanced position for contact after 3 steps or 5 steps or 4 steps of the defensive lineman is the most important thing. Because if your feet are not under you at the point of contact, if you are slow leaving the line of scrimmage, you're going to lose more times than not. If you're ahead of the defensive end, it almost gives them nothing to do if your technique is proper once you leave that line of scrimmage quickly. So good job leaving the line of scrimmage. We could probably move on to the next play.
So this right here looks like our counter formation, usually pretty heavy to the left. Just run it back to the right, simple old school counter. Right here, I'll be coming down a double team. We call that a Deuce Block. Pretty similar. A lot of people are familiar with that term. Our Deuce always went to the backside backer, who was the mic in this counter play. The guards pulling and kicking out on the end. And we have an extra puller coming up inside, which is the tight end attached to the backside.
This got me jazzed, right? You blew him out of the hole. the running back came right behind you, but then you showed a little bit of excitement. Like you could tell this guy loves what he's doing on the offensive line. He loves playing tackle. He loves kicking ass.
That was a point in the game where I think LSU was up by like 2 or 3 touchdowns at this point. This drive was nothing but run plays. I mean, it was a great game. I was still fired up, ready to play.
We call those the offensive lineman dream scenarios. When you're going down the field and you're doing whatever you want in the run game to that defense, and they have no answers. They try to blitz, they can't stop you. They try to drop into coverage, they can't stop you. No matter what they do, they can't stop you, and you're imposing your will on a defense. I love that. I love watching that stuff. It's a great example of what the Browns fans are going to see when you're playing left tackle for the Cleveland Browns in First Energy Stadium in 2020, going against maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's exciting stuff, and it's exactly why you're going to be a great fit for the Cleveland Browns offense.
I mean, Grant, he's definitely a leader. You can tell he has that swagger.
You know, I just went in the draft, really just wanted to go to the team that wanted me the most.
When I think of Grant, he always had that dog in him and search out and compete against the best day in, day out. And I think, you know, he's a competitor. I know that Grant's going to make his mark here early on, just with his flexibility, his mindset, his skill level. That always learning and always growing is a big part of who he is. But he comes alive on the field. He gets in between the white lines, different person. Jacob is the same thing, is to not let himself down, but not let his teammates down. His ability to lead from that middle linebacker position and communicate and get people on the same page and take charge. People in the stands will see it.
Jacob, he fits. Like, we always look for traits to fit our positions. And for a linebacker, obviously in our scheme, we need a guy that can run, that has good length. In our evaluation of him, that's what we saw. You know, obviously he played on a good defense. They played a high-level football. As a young player, we felt like he was a really good draft prospect for us in terms of development. I mean, Grant can play in the box. He can play in the post. He can play nickel. He can play dime. He can play man coverage. He's a very versatile player, but it's kind of rare to get a player that has those type of traits as a safety.
How you doing, Joe? Yes, sir. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Talk to me about number 7.
Oh, number 7 it's a deep tradition at LSU.
Yeah.
It really goes to the playmaker in the grand scheme of things, the guy that makes a lot of plays on the field, of course, leader on the field, really the voice of their room, really the defense in general.
So when you say voice of the room, is that you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely a leader. You can tell he has that swagger, he has that confidence that he plays with, and that's what you need coming into the NFL. I mean, you have to be humble, obviously, because you're a rookie and you have to earn your stripes. But at the same time, you want a guy that's coming in that's very confident and knows that he can play the game at a high level. And to be honest, I didn't think he would be there. I thought he was going to get drafted in the first round, so he was still there. It was very exciting.
That's bad as winning. They even really LSU.
It really is.
That's crazy.
It really is LSU. We got Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry,
Greedy Williams.
I know.
44th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Cleveland Browns select Grant Delpit.
You know, I just went in the draft, you know, really just wanted to go to the team that wanted me the most. And the Browns showed that they wanted me the most, and I'm glad to be, you know, part of the great franchise. And we're looking excited for this to all blow over so we can get to work. C-Ray.
What's up, bro?
What's up with you?
Man, I say just, hey, look, got the background. I'm on the beach, man. Like I'm working.
I see the background, man. What you got going on? Coach Raymond, he a real coach. He's gonna tell you the real. He's gonna be real with you all the time. Man, turn your phone sideways.
Why you say that?
We gotta teach this dude everything, bro.
That boy Coach Raymond at the Bahamas.
Oh, let's see what I'm working with.
Where Greedy at?
I could call him. I don't know where yet.
Greedy funny. Like he like a big kid. Obviously on the field, like he all serious, locked down, all that. But like off the field, he just all jokes, having fun.
No, he really played greedy. Like it's really his play style. That's really how he lives. So he really lives up to the name, and really, so I'm looking forward to working with him in the secondary and really linking back up. Whoa! There go his buck teeth right there. We were just talking about him. You can go to a barbershop.
A lot of hair, greedy, yo.
Them joining me as a teammate again is a blessing. You know, those guys, you know, just doing what I know what they're supposed to do, and which is go out and, you know, ball. And you know, I kind of get to teach them the ropes, you know, what's going on in the NFL and things like that. So it's a big blessing on my end.
We don't get no light games. We don't get no light people to play against. So you always be on your A game every week. And I think that prepares you for playing on Sundays. And we put our guys in a lot of stress out here on playing defensive back at LSU. And you're not going to play a soft guy every week because you're going to, you know, there's no honey buns out there against us.
You know, like Coach said, you know, we don't get any. Playing the SEC, we don't get any, you know, honey buns every week. We go against the best of the best. Coach Raymond call it, you know, we in the Coliseum, you don't get your head cut off. Everybody, look, everybody gonna got about 1 or 2 good times in their career. So that's how you really come back and bounce back and play the next play. That's something you definitely taught us.
Man, go Browns, you already know. LSU in this house, man. Let's do it. Andrew Barrett, my boy, he know what he's doing.
Okay, welcome to Rookie Minicamp.
I think a lot of players have created some very unique ways to work out.
So we got the homemade rack.
What's up, fellas?
How you doing, Coach?
You guys excited?
Yes, sir.
A little nervous?
Nah.
Yeah. It's just football.
That's it.
Okay, welcome to Rookie Minicamp, our first team meeting here as we get started. I want to welcome everybody. First of all, to our 22 rookies here, congratulations. This is a special class that we're bringing in here to the Cleveland Browns. We have drafted players, we have undrafted players. So we're excited to have you guys here. Now, here is a little unique, I would say. Here is a virtual setting. That's no problem. We'll get our work done. What are our goals at this rookie minicamp? Well, number one, let's learn the system. And then let's get to know each other. That's a very big piece of this. Now, what's your goal as a rookie? You want to make the team, you want to contribute, and you want to win. In order to do all of that, it's going to dovetail into that word, work. I don't think we added any people that are afraid of that word. I think we added a bunch of people that will embrace that word. Okay, so just remember what you're here to do.
So today we started this morning with a team meeting kind of intro with all the rookies. It's really different because usually the first day you go in, you just meet all the guys and stuff, but now it's text messages, Zoom meetings. But I feel like everyone's making the best of it and just get ready to have a successful season.
Harrison Bryant was a kid. I mean, the first time you turn on his tape, you're really impressed with what you saw. So I think after you watch about 10 clips of him, you have an idea of who he is as a player and what he can do at this level. And then getting to know him through the combine process and just talking to him and getting a feel for his personality and how hard he works at the game, how much it means to him, I think really allows you to say, hey, this guy's got a great opportunity to come in and have an impact and help our team.
Everything going well? Yes, sir. Everything's been good.
First interview of the day, or you've been through a couple?
I had one earlier and then one the other day.
One of the things that stood out about Harrison at the combine, I think right away, was just the maturity that he walks into a room with, which I think can be rare for a player of that age.
Harrison, what are your strengths?
My versatility is my biggest one, I feel like. Like at FAU, I wasn't quite asked to run block and pass block, but at the Senior Bowl and one-on-ones and stuff, I feel like I definitely showed that. And I've showed it on tape that I can line up anywhere and catch the ball, I feel like.
Was it hard picking up a new system at the Senior Bowl?
By the time the game came, it was pretty easy.
How'd you learn that playbook so fast?
I just sat down, studied it. I was working with Jordan Palmer out in LA a lot, and he taught us like to use poker chips, learning the playbook, and went there and sat down the first night.
Poker chips?
Yeah, like you use poker chips and draw like YFZH on it, and you sit down.
Gotcha.
And instead of having to draw the formation and play every time, you can just like use your hands, so saving time. So just going to my room and studying it really.
A big part of this off-season program, regardless of whether in the building or not, is you knowing how you learn, right? If you have a system that works really well for you, one, continue to use it, and two, let me know so I can tailor what I teach to that style. it was one of the things he brought up. He said, I still got my poker chips and I'm still throwing them out there on the table. And he definitely is using it. And it's an effective way to learn. And in terms of the physical work that has to happen remotely, I think a lot of players have been very, I'm not even sure what the right word is, they've created some very unique ways to work out.
Here we go. So we got the homemade rack with the cement buckets and stuff. We got all the plates. I was actually extremely worried about it at first, and but we put a lot of weight on it, and we were really careful with it. But it's been really good so far.
Based on his personality and the type of kid he is, it didn't shock me that he found a way to be very productive in this time while still following the guidelines in his garage. But he's the kind of guy that you knew was going to want to get that work in, and he was going to find a way to get it done. How much different is that than what you guys have done, in the past in your offenses?
A lot different for me, but it's pretty kind of self-explanatory, I feel like.
All right, so let's look a little bit of the video here. Let me flip this puppy around. And when we get into live meetings, it's just the tight ends and me. And the first thing I'll always ask those guys is, hey, do you have questions, right? Because I think the hardest thing when you're not in the building here is to figure out what material they haven't consumed or are struggling with. So a lot of the individual meeting focus with the tight ends is really on the details of our job and some of the things that could be gaps in their knowledge. We're going to continue to focus on the details. We're going to show them as many examples of other people doing it as we can, from video from last year, from other people in the league. You have access to all the game film, so you watch other tight ends and other schemes, and you talk through common errors and common mistakes and things that are done really well to try to create that muscle memory, even though that we can't be on the field doing it. Tomorrow, we're going to go through install script number 3, I believe, with some video.
Sounds good.
Keep grinding on that stuff. You guys have done a great job. Just keep working at it, all right?
So,
All right, we'll see you guys later.
I'm so happy that the Browns called me. I honestly wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Take a close look at what you need to do to improve. I'm going to help you get there.
I can say I never imagined being in a quarantine with the draft. It was a hard process. Never imagined it happening like that, but it was something that I appreciate, I'm so happy that the Browns called me. The night before, it was really hard to sleep, and, you just don't know. You're asking your agent, if they're hearing anything, you're around family members who want the best for you, and, while the best sometimes isn't happening right then, it can build up anxiety, and, you can be nervous, and it was a lot of that, a lot of emotions. Sometimes I had to be in my own space, not around everybody who was at the house who, came to see me do well, but looking back at it, I'm so thankful that it happened the way it did. The 5th round came, nothing, and it was getting scary. I didn't know what to think. I didn't know what was going on. The 6th round was in, and, we just weren't getting anything. So, I was just in a kind of an emotional state, and I just wanted to just take a hot shower and just, sit there and think a little bit. And as I was running the shower water, my phone rang, and my phone was upside down, so I grabbed it, looked at it, and it said Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm like, yeah, there it is. I hope this is who it really is. I hope it's not a random person in Cleveland. I hope it's not a friend that I know from Cleveland. And got on the Zoom call, and I got the feeling that, they wanted me and they could use me. And it was funny because I know they're probably like, why does this guy not have a shirt on? And I know someone said it like, hey, you gonna put a shirt on?
You gonna put a shirt on or what?
Yeah, I'm putting one right now.
I'm like, yeah, I'm about to put a shirt on right now. You don't even know what I was just doing, getting out of the shower, but I'm about to put a shirt on right now.
With the 187th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver.
I'm sitting here with Donovan right now. Actually, say what's up.
What up?
Hey, what's up, D?
What up?
You ready to roll?
Yes, I am.
I like it. Congrats, man. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna have you and Juice both down here to be fun.
Bet. Yeah, I'm ready.
He loved it.
All right,
He
bet.
found out you got drafted.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Can't wait to see you, man. Be careful.
All right, yeah, I will. It's really crazy because, me and Odell share the same agent, and me and Jarvis was training together at the same facility down in Florida before the combine. So I got a chance to kind of know them a little bit and get some wisdom before, this even started. So I honestly, wouldn't want to be anywhere else. And this is the best fit for me. I believe that. I'm ready. I want to prove everybody wrong. Simple as that. Simple as that.
So let's get started. The first thing I want to do is I wanted you to tell me something you've learned along the way in your individual study, and then the one thing that you think is going to be the biggest challenge for you as a player to transition to the National Football League. Donovan, what you got?
So the quote that I really liked was "Choose your identity, or someone will choose it for you."
Okay.
I think that speaks volumes. Never really thought of it that way.
As far as your identity, all right, what is our mentality? You have a job, and I've put it in very simple terms on what your job is as a receiver. It's to get open, catch the ball, and compete your ass off in the run game. If you can't get open at this level, you're not going to make it. If you can't catch the ball, you can't play in this league. And if you don't block for me, I ain't having that. Some other advice, okay? Say less, do more, shut the up and work. All right, that's what you need to do as a rookie right now. All right, take a close look at what you need to do to improve, and I'm going to help you get there. Like Coach Stefanski said, you're trying to make the team, and then you're trying to make the team better and contribute to winning. But if you follow the plan and you believe in the process that we have as a coaching staff led by Coach Stefanski, you'll achieve the things you want to achieve. And last but not least, there's going to be certain things that we will not ever waver on. All right, so team, and then the trust. Going to be very big to what we accomplish. And then as Coach Stefanski is going to say over and over, we're going to work. All right, we're going to work.